You're watching M4S TV, and let's introduce our guest for today. It's Dexter Li from Carloha. And I want to say thank you very much for joining us today. And
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and your brand has been in Nigeria for a while right now. But in the last couple of months, has been gaining massive traction, all thanks to the support of the Nigerian national teams. Talk to us about that.
Okay, sure. So our collaboration with National Football Federation, actually this conversation started like last October, and we was investigating all kinds of opportunities for marketing purposes. Of course, we always wanted to connect and communicate with Nigerian people. So we recognize this one simple fact that football is basically the national languages all Nigerians spoke. So that was the moment we realized that if we really want to connect our brands with Nigerian people, we need to collaborate with, connect ourselves with football culture. That's when we decided, okay, we should, collaborate with, starting with the federation, and then try to show our support to all the national teams, including Super Eagles, Super Falcons, and the others.
Okay, so how's been the journey so far?
It has been, let me say this. This year, 2025, is our first year here working with the federation. So definitely we are the newcomer to the new one here in this football family. We are still learning so much, in terms of how to, support our teams, how to work with the federation, how to including how to communicate our message with football fans. There are, nuances that rules and the cultural nuances we have to respect, right? So I would say so far, especially until last month, this whole experience has been very great, especially last month when Super Falcon brought us home the 10th championship. It was really a great result. We can't really expect any more than that. It's a good news for all of us. I mean, not only for Nigeria, for Carloha, for Cherry brand, but also for Nigeria as a whole.
So in December, there will be a massive outing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Morocco, Italy. So does your brand have plans for that massive tournament coming up, the Africa Cup of Nations 2025?
Sure. We always, from the very beginning, we have had this vision of what we're going to encounter and what we're going to do for this whole year in 2025. For us, at the beginning, we believe that probably, World Cup, FIFA World Cup, the qualifier will be the most, will be in the spotlight for everybody. Then, especially consider what happened last month, we came to realization that, what happens in Africa, for example, African Cup is also very big. Now we are making all kinds of plans, including, marketing plans, including, potentially inviting some of our fans to Morocco to watch the games as well. That's all in discussion, not only internally, between Carloha and Cherry, but also we are trying to explore this idea, explaining this idea and explore the possibility and the feasibility with the federation as well.
Okay, so talk to us about how, with these partnerships that have been happening, what's been the reception, or how has been the reception to the brand, Cherry, and entirely Carloha?
Okay. I think the overall reception is totally very, very, very positive. I think that's due to one fact that when Carloha and Cherry come into this collaboration with federation, we understand that, of course, the crown, the jewelry of the crown. I mean, should I put it this way? Most people will focus on probably Super Eagles because Super Eagles is the brand of Nigerian football, right? So, but when we come to this collaboration, we understand that Super Eagles is facing challenges, like what happened in last World Cup qualifier. That may, of course, may or may not happen this year as well. So there has been some internal debate on whether should we go with this. What if? Of course, there has been concern, reason. What if Super Eagles failed to be qualified for the World Cup finals? What happened this? What happened that? But in the end, we decided we should go with this. I think the overall positive reception is based on this simple fact that we decided to go anyway. Because in China we have this saying, of course in English as well, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Yes, if we are only choose to collaborate with Super Eagles, Super Falcons, when they are destined, they are definitely going to win, then I think it's just justified when some people criticize us for being, glory hunters. But especially when Super Eagles and some of the national teams are facing challenges, that's when we should come in. Because that's when the team, the players will need support the most. We coming in will show probably many of and we'll also encourage many of companies like us to step in. When we, Carloha and Cherry, get positive reception, I would hope that other companies will see this and join our ranks to join this big football family. So in the future, more and more, support will be pouring into this whole, football, Nigerian football endeavors, so the ecosystem can grow and be better and better.
All right. So, as it stands, finally from me, I would like to find out from you, how much of the football culture has defined? Do you see any similarities between Carloha Cherry and football?
Okay. Carloha Cherry and the football. I think, I think definitely Cherry itself, it's, I think the story of Cherry itself is a story of an underdog. And one day, like people would say, every dog has its day, right? Yeah. One day it become bigger and bigger. I think, this really resonates with some of the stories we have here in Nigeria. When Cherry started its business 26 years ago, it was a time when Chinese brands are not only, perceived very badly overseas, but also back home in China. So for brands for manufacturers like Cherry, since its birth, it has been always fighting these uphill battles. So I think, what can really resonate with Nigerian football is that, let's be frank and honest. We as Nigerian people, and we are not born in, let's say, Europe, North America. We're not promised with, castles of Disney princess, right? We are destined to fight uphill battles. That's why also one of the reasons why we choose to come into collaboration with the Federation when Super Eagles is facing challenges. We are inspired to collaborate with the fighters, the warriors, who is fighting against the odds. Because Cherry and Carloha, with ourselves, we are those kind of people. I think we can resonate more with such, should we say, names or brands. That's the reason, I think.
All right, fantastic. I want to say thank you very much, Dexter Li, for your time here on M4S TV.